Up next, we have Lacey Seibert. She is going to take us on a grain ride-along. We have our friends from Flagler Co-op here. They're going to talk through this world. What Lacey does at Bushel is she's kind of the glue between the sales team, the customers, and our product team and how we communicate. She comes from the industry. Give Lacey a round of applause here as she comes and walks us through the grain ride-along.
Seibert, and as Jake said, I was a Bushel customer a few times over before coming to work for Bushel, and I spent my career in the grain industry before coming to work for Bushel, but I'm very passionate about origination particularly, and so if I've been on calls with many of you, I'm eager to figure out how as an industry we really propel the farmer forward and thinking about things like selling grain and using data to do that. And so really excited to hear from everybody today that there are like minds in that space. But one of the things that I want to talk about today is this idea of duties as assigned. And I think in ag, we take that to the next level. We wear many hats to get the job done. And so that's why I have Audrey. She's going to come up and talk to us about her story. So Flagler Co-op, they joined Bushel in 2019. And Audrey says that Bushel has really helped her create efficiencies and effectiveness in how she does her job. And so we're going to talk about that today. So welcome, Audrey.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So would you introduce yourself and tell them a little bit about what you do at Flagler and what Flagler does?
Yeah, of course. As Lacey said, my name's Audrey. I am the grain accountant for Flagler Co-op Association out of Flagler, Colorado. We started with Bushel in 2019. We actually signed right after I came to work for Flagler Co-op. And it was my first big project with the co-op to take over Bushel and be the go-between for that relationship. And we've come a really long way from just the easy app to find what you have in open storage to even finding that day's cash price. So
great. Well, we're glad you're here and we're glad Flagler is with Bushel. One of the major challenges that we have is keeping in compliance when we think about contracts and making sure that we're communicating well with our customers and that we're on the same page because if we aren't, that's when we have real problems like non-performance. And so can you tell us a little bit about how you yourself in your job, but Flagler also has embraced technology to overcome those things?
yeah, of course. So I don't know about you, but I know at least my side here, farmers aren't the best with change. They don't adapt very well to it. And having them go from pen and paper to using their smartphone is a little challenging at times. But we've really adapted with just using push notifications, just really easily edging into it. Starting with just closing times. Send a notification out for harvest closing times because that changes every day. And then we are gradually going in and doing more, even if it's just member events or down to, hey, your contract filled. Now you can go ahead and sign it or expect it in the mail or get on your app and e-sign, which was another change for the signatures. A lot of our farmers weren't quite ready for it. And so we've started with a lot of the younger farmers who were wanting to do that. And now a lot of our older farmers are even like, hey, this is really cool because now I don't have to worry about getting it sent back to you in the mail or losing it in my pickup, or it's just there, it's on my phone, easy as it goes.
That's awesome. I probably have told many of you this story, but I myself had a farmer non-performance issue, and it was a very expensive issue. And so if I had e-sign in place when that happened, it would have really made a big difference when we had to go to court with that situation. And so I'm all about trying to get people to think about it from a risk management perspective versus just a convenience. One of the other things that we deal with if you spend any time in an agribusiness is the sheer amount of phone call activity that we get looking for information. And so those things always end up happening at the perfect time when you don't have anything else going on.
Yes.
And so if we think about even today with the WASDE report coming out, and let's just say that it made the market rally, everybody's wanting to get a hold of you at the same time. How have you guys used technology to kind of combat that major amount of activity with phones and then also helping the farmer self-serve?
Right. So we have a text message thread between the people who buy grain at the co-op, and we know when it's going to be a day because we'll send out a text and be like, get ready, everyone. But it's gotten a lot better with the web portal. It took a little bit getting our farmers to use it and teaching them how to work through it and seeing all the things that they can do on that web portal. And so that stops a lot of calls right there. They can log in on their own time, see everything in real time, right there and then. So that's helped a lot with the calls. But it also helps with the bushel trade, or I'm sorry,
Your offers.
yeah, offer management. You can get onto their app and just put in an actual amount that they want to sell their grain for.
Sure. And have you guys seen the farmer take on this proof of yield reporting? That's one of the things I always remember, so much call activity from them asking for things like that.
Yeah, and normally that's during harvest, right at the end of harvest, everyone's wanting that proof of yield. We've had a few farmers that have adapted to it, but this year, coming up on our first harvest, this will be the true test of the proof of yield function. I know we do have quite a few farmers that use it, but I think with harvest coming, it will be more active.
Sure. Let's talk about selling grain. You alluded to it a little bit there with talking about make offer, but we all are faced with growing the business because we're either growing or going backwards. Farmers are going to the competition. And so how have you guys approached earning new business and using technology to do that?
Yeah, so the make an offer has really been a huge selling point for us. With every farmer they call and they always want one more penny, one more cent. And with that, we've been able to redirect them back to the app and say, hey, you know what? You have the opportunity to go put in what price you want, and you can get it. And they can even get even half a cent more, and that just tickles them pink. So that's always kind of nice to have, and I think it keeps things moving forward as well.
Sure. Well, it sounds like Flagler made a good choice using Make Offer, and we know that that's true because when we did the State of the Farm survey, the young and growth-oriented farmers, they all, I would say over half of them responded that they want to be able to submit offers digitally. And so we've heard it today over and over again. We've got to meet them where they are. And those are the future of these co-ops and agribusinesses. And so we need to be ahead of that and giving them what they need to do business in the way they want to. Final question, who's in your buddy seat?
I was talking to Lacey about this earlier, and to be 100% honest with you, I'm the one in the buddy seat with my snacks and just happy as a clam. But for today, I'm gonna go back with everyone here. Producers are always what's making this go around.
That's great. And I'm just so thankful for customers like you guys who have decided to enable not only your farmers, but also your internal teams and really help with efficiencies in that workflow. We are looking forward to the different innovative ideas that you've heard about today and how we can help you guys take it to the next level and create more efficiencies in your business.
Absolutely.
So thank you.
Thank you.